These are my top 10. Let's start with number 10. Number 10 is the Chicago Bears. Right now they're 5-3. The reason why they're number 10 is because on paper they have an incredible roster. You have Robinson, you have Miller, you have some Montgomery, you have what's his name, Hicks, you have Khalil Mack. Like, you have so many great players, but it's just at the quarterback position. As we've seen, Nick Foles can get it done maybe a game or two, but we've seen an entire season Nick Foles. In fact, we haven't seen an entire season Nick Foles where he can get it done. So, as great as they are on paper, they still have Nick Foles as their starting quarterback. And when you have Nick Foles and when you have to choose between Nick Foles and Mr. Trubisky, that's a doozy. That's a doozy. But number 9, I have the Colts. The Colts, and here's the thing about the Colts: they're 5-2. You don't know what you're gonna get from the Colts. One week they can look like the best team in the league. Phillip Rivers isn't throwing picks. The defense is incredible. The T.Y. Hilton and that offensive core is incredible. They look incredible. But then there are weeks when they look like, God, this team is horrible. God, this team is headed for the lottery. God, like another pick from Phillip Rivers. Oh, another pick from Phillip Rivers. Like, you don't know what you're going to get from this team. This team is so Jekyll and Hyde, it's crazy. And because of that, that's why I had to put them at 9. Again, at their best day, you're incredible. But on your worst, it's like, God, this team is horrible. And that's and number 8, I'm gonna go with the Rams. The Rams are kind of the same boat as the Colts, but to me, the Rams have better players. I mean, you have Aaron Donald, you have Jalen Ramsey, you have Robert Woods, you have Jared Goff, who to me at this point is better than Phillip Rivers. You just have better players. You have Everest, you have Tyler Higbee, like you have Cooper Kupp. They're just better. Now, of course, we can have the Rams that, sometimes the Rams look incredible, and sometimes the Rams look like they did on Sunday against the Miami Dolphins. Now, again, on paper, on the stat sheet, they dominated that game. It's just 4 turnovers just ain't gonna work for you. So that's why I have the Rams at 8. 7, I have Tennessee, and the reason why I have Tennessee at 7 is because they've gone through a little slump, man. I don't know what you're gonna get from Tennessee. Like, you have Mike Vrabel, who's an incredible coach. You still have Derrick Henry, who's arguably the best running back in the league. You still have Ryan Tannehill, who's been good. You have Green, the wide receiver, but it's like their defense has not played well the last 2-3 weeks. And when you, as great as Derrick Henry is and as good as Ryan Tannehill has been, you can't keep getting in shootouts with teams. And as we're starting to see right now, Tennessee's defense isn't really stacking up as far as the last few weeks. Now, just a few weeks ago, they were undefeated, and we were talking about this team can make it to the championship, which is why I only have them at 7, because I still think at their best, they're still one of the best teams or one of the most balanced teams in the league. So, number 6, I have Green Bay. Hell, you lose, you get to Green Bay would have been higher, but they lost to one of the worst passing defenses in the league in Minnesota, and you get destroyed by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I understand that you're 5-2, and you still have Aaron Rodgers. You're still one of the best offenses in the league, but again, their run defense is god awful. When you are allowing, when people are setting records on you, it's at some point, it's like, hold on. Like, something's got to give. So, until their defense shapens up or gets better, I can't put them higher than 6. So I have Green Bay at 6. Number 5, I have the Saints. The reason why I have the Saints at number 5 is because I'm still waiting to see how they look with a full health, with a healthy roster, with Michael Thomas coming back, with Emmanuel Sanders coming back. Yeah, I understand that it doesn't look like Drew Brees is able to throw the ball deep downfield anymore. That looks like that time is over. It just doesn't look like he has the arm strength for that. But I do want to see what happens when their offense gets back to health, gets back healthy, and we get to see what we thought we would see from the Saints. I mean, Alvin Kamara has looked great. Cook has looked great, the tight end. But again, we need to see what they look like with a healthy roster. So I have them at 5. Number 4, I have the Ravens. Again, I understand that the Ravens lost to the Chiefs. I also understand that they lost to the Pittsburgh Steelers, but at least for the Pittsburgh game, they were dominating the entire game. It's just Lamar Jackson was the main reason why they lost that game. Now, if Lamar Jackson plays incredible, they're what? What's their record? There would be 5. There would be 6-1 right now, and they would have handed the Steelers their first loss. So, I think that if Lamar Jackson tightens up what he needs to tighten up, they'll be better. I still think that they could make it to the Super Bowl. They just need to be better at that. Number 3, I have Seattle. The only reason why I have Seattle number 3 is because of Russell Wilson, DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, Chris Carson. I would say Jamal Adams, but Jamal Adams has been injured. To me, Russell Wilson's the MVP of the league. He's been incredible in big moments. Yeah, he did lose last week, but he came back and won this week. I can't put them any higher than that because their defense is just so trash that they're winning in shootouts. And if Russell Wilson is anything less than 100%, they will more than likely lose that game, and that's the reason why I have them at 3. Number 2, I have the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't need to say. You have Patrick Mahomes, you have Travis Kelce, you have Tyreek Hill, you have Harmon, you have Le'Veon Bell now, you have Edwards-Helaire, you have Tyrann Mathieu, you have Andy Reid. You're over here doing the swag surf in the middle of a game. It's just a high-powered offense, man, and a pretty fast defense. Like Super Bowl, they're the reason why they're the Super Bowl defending champs. So, hey, and they're beating people with ease, and that's they beat the Ravens with ease, and I was at that game too, covering that. Like they beat it with ease. And number 1, I mean, at this point, as much as you want to deny it, there's the only undefeated team. And that is the Pittsburgh Steelers. They can beat you so many ways. They can beat you running the ball with James Conner. They can beat you in the air with Claiborne and Juju Smith-Schuster. And they can beat you defensively. J.J. Watt, T.J. Watt and Dupree. Like they can beat you on so many levels. There's a reason why they're 7-0. Minkah Fitzpatrick has been incredible. Eric Ebron has been good. There's a reason why they're 7-0. They've been coached incredibly by Mike Tomlin, who, by the way, shouts out to Mike Tomlin for having the most wins by a black coach, surpassing Tony Dungy, I believe. I think it's 140. I could be wrong, but I do know for sure he has the record for the most wins from a black coach. So shouts out to you. But that would be stupid for me not to put Pittsburgh at number 1, seeing as though they're the only undefeated team in the league. So that's my top 10. You have the Bears at 10, Colts at 9, Rams at 8, Tennessee Titans at 7, Green Bay Packers at 6, the New Orleans Saints at 5, the Baltimore Ravens at 4, Seattle Seahawks at 3, Kansas City Chiefs at 2, and Pittsburgh Steelers at 1.